verses 13 and 15. The man is now his son. The judge will talk to him about loving the other members of his family, how he is to conduct himself at the table, treat his wife with respect, and take part in the family chores. You see, this man is treated on an altogether different basis from what he was before. That is what God has done for the believing sinner. We are above and beyond the law. The law is for that fellow out yonder who is a lawbreaker. It is given to control the old nature and the flesh. You know, it's interesting. I saw a mother at Walmart a few minutes ago, and she was fussing at her kids about the things they need to do. I just heard cleaning the room. You know, it really doesn't help to be yelling at your kids at Walmart about cleaning your room when they're a long ways, however far they are from their bedroom. It works best, you know, if Braden's laying in his bedroom on his phone and I walk by the door. Hey, Braden, would you clean your room? And I walk away. Then maybe I go back by and check on him, see if he'd done it later. Hey, Braden, I thought I told you to clean your room. Walk away. That's what a counselor once told me. You have more authority by just telling, saying something and walking away. When you stand there and argue with the child, you're lowering yourself to their level. You're showing what a child they are. And so, it shows the conviction of this person, whether they had been involved with the law, obviously, and was told what to do by the judge, not at the place of their crime. The other illustration is one that Dr. Henry Ironside told me years ago. Credit, see, he's giving credit where's credit's due. After teaching at an Indian conference in Flagstaff, Arizona, Dr. Ironside took one of the Christian Indians with him to Oakland, California. Among other things, this Indian was asking to speak at a young people's group that was mixed up on the idea of law and grace. They were confused about the place of the law in the Christian life. The Indian told the group, I came here from Flagstaff on the train, and we stopped over for several hours in Barstow. I'm thinking that's in Southern California, and they wound up in Northern California. It's a long train ride right there. There is a station waiting room. I noticed signs on the wall which said, do not spit on the floor. That was a rule there. I looked down on the floor and observed that nobody had paid any attention to the law. But when we got here to Oakland, I was invited to stay in a lovely Christian home. As I sat in the living room, I looked around, and I noticed uh, pretty pictures on the walls, but no signs which said, do not spit on the floor. I got down on my hands and knees and I felt the rug. You know, nobody had spit on the floor. And stool, it was law. But in the home in which I'm staying, it is grace. Under law, man never kept it. He couldn't measure up to it. He broke it conditionally. Under grace, a man is brought into the family of God and he is not going to murder or lie. If he does, he is surely out of fellowship with God. Any other thing that is contrary to sound doctrine, Paul adds, this is the case he had left out, in case he had left out something. It covers any and all sins we may have omitted in his list. And so that concludes that section. He